all of those people upgraded to 2K23, so I got to make a whole new set of friends in 2K23 for people that played in the WNBA.
Nice finish, George.
Thanks. I think Brianna Buckets was a paint beast in 2K22 also, right?
Uh-huh, yeah.
And I think Chris Manning, I think you were Christina.
I was. She returns in 23. Christina Manning with the big layup as the crowd gets amped.
Let's go.
8-2. Look at this chemistry. See, we don't need the other members of 2KTV. We'll just bring George on again.
Maybe we should convert all of our Team 2KTV games to...
And the starting lineups have concluded. So just sit right back and relax. We'll be back in just a moment. Welcome to 2K Sports. We have the NBA coming up. Great to have you with us. This is Kevin Harlan. We've got Steve Smith and Greg Anthony at the table with me. And the fourth member of our crew, David Aldridge, our sideline reporter. DA, take it away.
Thanks very much. Now, you may ask why Scotty Barnes is so competitive. He says it started while I was young. I had two brothers, and we always wanted to be better than each other. We just competed. As a kid, I just wanted to beat other people, no matter what it was. Kevin, whether it was foot races or basketball, he's still getting after it. Back to you.
He has. Not much has changed, has it, DA? Thank you. And opening day is here. So, what are these players right now, Greg, feeling as they tip off this brand new season?
Mostly excitement. I mean, this is their first chance to showcase all the hard work they put in during the offseason.
So the next starting five. We've got Easy Breezy, Big Red out there with the bodyguard. Then there's Prez, and it's Shake and Bake in at the 2. And for Toronto, the forwards are Barnes and Siakam. Fred VanVleet out there with OG Anunoby. And it's Pirtle in at the 5 spot. Here's the bodyguard. That's the Big Red. Out to the wing. 5 to shoot. Here's the bodyguard, covered by Siakam. Well, it was Toronto winning their last game against Milwaukee. And Scotty Barnes, the Rookie of the Year in 2022 in the NBA.
And you could argue he was maybe the biggest surprise of the 21 draft. Made a huge impact on the floor immediately. If you did a redraft of that class, he'd be closer to the top.
And so it's the Raptors getting on the board first. There's Shake and Bake. Shoots it up. And Pirtle pulls it down. VanVleet passes to Pirtle. VanVleet deciding where to go with it. And the pass to Pirtle. Rebound, Brooklyn.
Great defensive effort. Just saved a basket.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen.
Feeds to Barnes. And the dunk by Barnes.
Elevating his playmaking over time. Siakam recognizes when his teammates have clean looks.
Pass to Big Red. Passes to Easy Breezy. Here's Shake and Bake. Here's Big Red from about 19 feet. And he tries off the glass, but it's no good. Anunoby kicks to VanVleet. Barnes outside. Pass to Pirtle. On the wing, Anunoby. Back to Pirtle. Lays it up and banks it in.
Great recognition by Pirtle, slicing through the defense in these pick and roll sets.
And the first timeout called of the game for Brooklyn. And a deep roster for the Raptors. But, Smitty, do they have the star power, the star talent to win big?
Well, they have Scotty Barnes. He was last season's Rookie of the Year. His growth will be key. But with Fred VanVleet and Pascal Siakam, all-star caliber players, Toronto's not shy on talent, Kevin.
And the Raptors with some changes. Achua, he's checked in for Perkins. Young comes in for Pascal Siakam. And Trent subbed in for OG Anunoby. Mr. Perfect, he's checked in for Brooklyn. Here's Mr. Perfect. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Scotty Barnes picks one up. The Nets shooting their first foul shots of the night here.
At the line for the Nets. Number 1. At the line for 2.
He's off on the first. So neither attempt will fall that time for him. Toronto leading by 6. To the paint. That's good from Van Vliet on the assist by Trent.
Finding a little rhythm here that they have to like where they're at.
They're playing well. They're building momentum. This is how they can turn a small lead into a big one.
And that was the Mobile One drive. Well worth a second look.
And Kevin, little plays like that one will help them manage this lead heading into the half. How about the determination?
Here's Easy Breezy. Here's Prez. And that one is good with the extra effort on the glass.
First make of the day should finally give them a little confidence.
For whatever reason, they came in a little tight tonight. That should loosen them up.
And that does it for the first quarter. Toronto ahead, leading by 6. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2.
Please give a big round of applause.
And hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. Taking a look here at the Raptors' performance here, guys. What have they been doing or not doing, in your opinion?
Hey, why take jump shots when you can get your points at the rim?
Especially at the start. You want to get something positive going and establish your rhythm.
Setting the floor for the Nets. Big Red out there with the bodyguard. Then there's Easy Breezy. Then there's Shake and Bake. And it's Mr. Perfect in at the small forward. Young finds Achua. Now, here is Young. Toronto working the ball around now. Trent, that's a 2-pointer. Rebounded by the Nets.
Wow, that's one you just kind of assume is going in. Tough luck. You know, a few guys know how to score like Gary Trent Jr. He can fill it up in any situation, firing off quality shots from inside or outside the arc.
And that one's good, the bodyguard.
Assist goes to
High offensive IQ. He makes great reads and adjustments on the fly.
Trent passes to Barnes. Second quarter of basketball, about 1 minute played so far.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
The pass to Achua. Lets it go with a 3. Good on the 3-point shot. Achua's got his first 3 points of the game.
And Gary Trent Jr. certainly has some impressive stats as a result of his skills as a scorer.
Jay, how about 5 30-point games in a row? How about 9 threes in a single game? If he finds his rhythm, he can cause you a lot of trouble.
And now we've got some time to check in from the sidelines. What do you got for us, DA?
Thanks, guys. A busy few years for Nick Nurse. In 2019, he helped lead the Raptors to the title, and he was the 2020 Coach of the Year. He says, it means a lot to me that this city and this country loves this team so much, and we can go out there and give them something to be proud of. Of course, Kevin, he's been a key part of that success. Back to you.
Maybe the single most important part of their success, DA. Thank you so much. Barnes passes to Trent. And it's blocked. 50 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. Young with the steal. Now here's Barnes. Guarded closely. And yes, it's good.
They're looking for offense inside as they try to chip away at this lead here in the second.
Toronto shooting their first foul of the night.
And if we want to take a look back, they converted about 76% from the line.
Here's what Toronto's going with right now. Pirtle, he's checked in for Achua. Pascal Siakam comes in for Thaddeus Young. And Anunoby subbed in for Trent. And a switch here for Brooklyn. Trez is checked in for Big Red. The free throw off from Barnes.
The confidence of Scotty Barnes' game is pretty inspiring. Even against savvy veteran opponents, he believes in his own abilities, and he gets it done. He wisely chose to pull up for a three on the fast break. The defense sucked in to prevent the layup.
We're just over 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Van Vliet wide open. And again, Toronto no luck. Easy breezy passes to the body. Diving in, and the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
Ooh, the one-hand tomahawk, guys. Somebody's going to get their feelings hurt.
Yeah, they got the entire bench up right there as they saw that and out of their chairs. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. Raptors lead by 4. And now let's catch up with David Aldridge, who's standing by from the sideline. All right, Dave.
Thanks very much. Here with Nick Nurse. Coach, the efficiency wasn't there in the first half. What adjustments do you need to make?
I thought we got pretty good shots, and if we're not going to score, it makes getting our defense set up difficult. So got to keep shooting them. Hopefully start making some of them.
You can't score until you shoot, Coach. Thanks. Back to you.
All right, thank you, David. And folks, don't go away. After the break, we'll see you right back here for the start of quarter number 3.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Ernie Johnson here with Shaq and Kenny. From the get-go, it was Toronto coming out strong. They had great chemistry. And now with the second half about to get underway, let's send you back courtside.
And as we get into this third quarter, as we've seen so far, neither team able to create much separation on the scoreboard yet. Teams nowadays tracking deflections in addition to steals. Were they something you were aware of when you played defense, Greg?
Even if they weren't tracked, they were valued. And I remember early in my career, that was something with the Knicks that would always emphasize, because deflections were a true indicator of activity, especially defensively.
The forwards are Barnes and Siakam. OG Anunoby is out there with Fred Van Vliet. And it's Pirtle in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So that's the 5 in the game for Toronto.
Shooting for Brooklyn, number 11.
And good on the second, so he makes them both.
He's living there tonight, a tough guy to guard without fouling. And the bonus, he's going to knock him down.
Back to Van Vliet. Pass to Siakam. And no good that time. So Brooklyn will take it the other way. Here's the bodyguard. For the tie. And Pirtle pulls it down. And so Van Vliet will bring it up for the Raptors. Their biggest lead of the game was 9.
And out of the gates here in this second half, they have not started well. 0 of 3. And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Siakam inside. Now here is Pirtle. Tight defense on him. Shot clock at 6. That's a 2 from Barnes. And again, Toronto no luck.
They just don't have it right now. 0 for 4. Must have been one poor speech at halftime.
Easy breezy. That's good.
And guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
That was a second look at our Mobile One drive. Amazing control on display.
And a close game like this, you've got to dig deep and just find a way to make things happen.
So timeout called here, the first for the Raptors. And the Raptors with some changes. Achua, he's checked in for Jakob Poeltl. Chris Boucher comes in for Pascal Siakam. And Trent subbed in for Barnes. Mr. Perfect, he's checked in for the Nets. Van Vliet passes to Anunoby. This one for three. A three-pointer is right on target. Anunoby's got his second bucket tonight.
This is what you already like about OG Anunoby's game. Has a good feel for where to get his shots along the perimeter.
Passes it to Big Red. Rebound by the Raptors. 2-for-1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation.
And those are the kinds of mistakes that are magnified when we're talking about a game down the stretch.
Always good to get another look at a terrific defensive play.
And this is why coaches stress the importance of defense. Big block there in this close game.
Prez, no good. Toronto leading by 3. It's Trent on the wing. No points in the game yet for him. Here's Easy Breezy. And they'll get another chance. Brown. And we just finished the third quarter, and we've got a 2-ball game here. The Raptors out in front, up by 3. And we're coming right back.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Here now a chance to show you our assist of the game. And it's presented as always by State Farm.
And he sliced the D wide open with his feed. They had no chance to prevent that basket.
Creating plays for others, it's an art form, but it's also a discipline. Fantastic job.
And with 3 quarters behind us, we start the 4th quarter in what is still anybody's ballgame. On the court for the Nets, getting the 4th quarter going. We've got Big Red, Prez out there with the bodyguard. Then there's Easy Breezy, and it's Mr. Perfect in at the 2-guard spot. Prez with the bucket.
And how about the grit and determination in the post? I mean, essential qualities to have late in a close game.
Barnes finds Siakam. Here's Van Vliet. A 3-ball. A rebound by the Nets. The bodyguard's got his 4th rebound in this one. To take the lead, Big Red. And trying for the go-ahead basket. It doesn't go in. Van Vliet on the wing. Back to Barnes. Pass to Siakam. The feed to Barnes. The layup off target.
I'll tell you what, I think he thought that was going in. I sure did.
And it's the bodyguard missing.
Well, that alley-oop attempt, a case of what could have been, just didn't finish the play.
No, this is something you practice over and over again. I'm surprised they couldn't execute.
Prez with the bucket. Prez has got the lead up to 1 now for the Nets.
And that was the right call. When you need a basket, go to the guys you trust the most.
And it was great execution. Clutch effort all the way around.
And he's an automatic finisher when he gets into that area.
He is, and he picks the simple one-hand stuff to get the 2 points. And that one's good. Big Red.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
And I don't think he expected to get that good of a look. Poor communication defensively.
Here's Siakam. Tries again, and the layup is up and in. And the Raptors lead by 1.
I'll tell you, Siakam's earned these opportunities. He can get you buckets when you really need them.
Now a timeout call by Brooklyn. They're trailing by 1. 1:04 left in the 4th quarter. And now let's present our New Balance player of the game, Easy Breezy.
And I love that it's been a hard-charging performance.
Jump shots have been kind of an afterthought. His main goal has been to attack the rim and put the D in some tough spots and also finishing strong.
And let's head over to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, I was able to listen in on what the Nets head coach was going over with his team. He said, this is what we play for, fellas. Let's knock them on their heels right out of the timeout. Show them how much you want it. Go get it. He really is fired up about this game.
Thank you, David. On the wing, Barnes. Raptors moving the ball around. And here's Van Vliet from the arc. The bodyguard grabs the board.
And when you can't get anything to fall, it definitely gets in your head.
And his rhythm, it's been way off. The goal now might be to get him something easy at the rim so he can just see the ball go in through the net, and that helps.
Just a tiny lead for him.
And a chance to make it a little bigger right here. He had to foul on that occasion to stop the clock. That's the enemy in this situation.
And here are the Raptors now. Their biggest lead of the game was 9. And that's an intentional foul.
Second team foul.
So the first one drops, and that will put them up by 2.
Fred VanVleet always trying to find ways to make his teammates better. Let's see if he can come through in this moment. That's why you want him at the line when the game is close. He knows how to deliver in the clutch.
Timeout called the Nets. They're trailing by 3. There's 14 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Guys, what's your take?
And it's do or die time. They need a bucket here to stay alive.
Also, interesting choice to be made right here. You need either a 3 or a quick 2 and a foul.
Easy breezy passes to Prez. The 3 won't fall. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
You have to foul, but I'm sure they would have liked to foul someone different.
He drops the first one, and that gives them a 4-point cushion.
Well, VanVleet looks determined at the line, set to deliver for his team.
Big moment at the line. As poised as you get, this thing is done.
So it's Toronto winning this one. It was up for grabs right until the final second.